Alright, let's go to the rogues. The rogues are almost identical to the warriors, believe it or not. You want to make sure you have physical immunity if you have it. If not, stamina. A lot of people will say otherwise, though. They'll be like, go dex, go something else. Like, no. Stamina pool is awesome. The higher the stamina pool, the more you can use your abilities, the more damage you do, the more heal on kill you get, the more survivability you have. So I would definitely go that route, then renewal. Now the only difference for this would be is your next best is probably dexterity, because this is going to give you 5% critical damage and 5% attack, which is awesome. So that's not a bad option for your rogues. My rings. Now here's the big thing with the weapons. The weapons on the rogues are very preference based, let's say. I personally don't give up the Hakon's Mercy on any of my characters. I like the 100% critical damage too much. So that's what I'll use on the Silent Sisters. I use the Hakon's Mercy. And 2 Hakon's Mercy isn't bad. It's actually pretty sweet in Heartbreaker, where you like can one-shot everything basically in a group. Not killing quite as much. Like I play with a bunch of pretty high promoted players, so they'll be on Reavers and I'll be on this. So it's hard to get a huge rampage stack going, but for Nightmare, the Bloody Bargain is just unreal. Just definitely go there. And it's cool because it has a 17% heal and kill, which really opens up your ring slots. If you don't have either of those, some really good options are going to be the Savage Thorn. That's the next best. I think these are the top 2 tiers for the Silent Sister. Hakon's Mercy and Bloody Bargain. But a Savage Thorn Bloody Bargain combo is great if you don't have the Hakon. If you don't have Savage Thorn, Bloody Bargain, Hakon, either of those 3 to make a combo out of, the Stone Stalker's not bad. Silencer's definitely not bad. That's a really good one. A lot of people like that a lot. So just combo it up what you got. Just keep in mind, if you're not using the Bloody Bargain, you're going to need to use some heal and kill rings. Which, because I'm using the healing, or the Bloody Bargain, I do not use. I just use 1 Spurb ring of critical damage, and then I use the Hidden Blades ring since it has a high ability multiplier. Actually hits pretty hard. I like it a lot. Same as the other characters, like I mentioned, health and immunity. Now the Duelist is a little bit different. There's something slight to keep in mind. I use the Mercy on this one as well. Offhand is, again, the Bloody Bargain. Same concept, Savage Thorn's great. If you do not have 2 of these like top 3 and you're forced to use something weird in your offhand, this is a great option. The Audacity back in the day was fantastic. It still is awesome. You can basically blow up big groups, especially on Perilous. This is a sweet offhand. It's not quite as good on Nightmare, especially if you don't have the promotions to pump out the damage. But it's good. There's also a high-level version of the Nameless Blade. I do not have it. I never got it. It's a 24 version. It gives you like a plus 10 extra % damage, which is also really good. Definitely would try that out if you have it and you're missing out on one of those 3. That being the Savage Thorn, Bloody Bargain, Mercy, or Silencer. Might even be better than the Silencer on this character. Alchemist uses the same setup. Mercy. I have the Bosun's on right now. I was messing around. But most of the time I do Mercy. Bloody Bargain. So. She's pretty cool. This is a good weapon right here. The Lady Jocastas. Especially for her. It'll self-res you with the mines out. If you have trouble surviving, that's always a good way of being a little sneaky. She's also interesting because I actually like to use this Elemental Mines ring. It ends up making it so your Flask of Fire and Elemental Mines time pretty evenly. Like, see, I have it on the Hunter. The mines are just insane. They're so overpowered now, it's unbelievable. So if you pop the mines and Fire Flask, if you have this ring on, they both come off cooldown around the same time. So it lets you just do it a little bit quicker. If you don't have the Bloody Bargain, you're probably going to want to use the Life Drain Rings again. That's why the Bloody Bargain's so awesome. But like I said, I wasn't using the Bloody Bargain until just now, so I had those on. Now the Assassin, you definitely want to use the Bowsun's Blade. I mean, you're always attacking from stealth, you're always attacking from the flank, so it's by far the best weapon. And I do not want to give up the crit damage, so I just use the Hakon's Mercy. If you don't have Bowsun's, Hakon's Mercy is a must. And then I would probably again go with the Bloody Bargain, same setup as the other three. See, the only difference here is you definitely don't want to use like an Agony or a Nameless Blade with the Assassin, because you use both daggers a lot more on this character than the others. Let's take a look at the upgrades. This is pretty much the only tier 3 grip, which is pretty trash in my opinion. I always just go Armor Pen. It's a little bit more impactful with the daggers because they have a lower weapon-based damage. Now I mainly play on Nightmare or above. So if you're mainly playing on Perilous, you'd probably be just fine using Everite or Paragon's Luster for the attack. But like I said, I just go ahead and put the Armor Pen on there. Especially for the Duelist. It's not really for the other characters. The difference is pretty marginal, but the Duelist has no Armor Pen. So it really makes a difference on her. Here, promotions determine what you put, whether you put Crit Chance, Craggy Skin. What's cool about the dual blade grips is it has this right here where it's all leather, so you can put a little bit more of the crit chance or critical damage on it. I can get up to 17 on that one. Or I think it's like 27 crit chance. Yep. Critical damage, get up to 27%. Now for the bow classes, this is really variable depending on what you decide to upgrade your bow with. I elected to use 36% heal on kill when I got this bow. Now keep in mind this was a couple months ago. So I put the 36%, which ends up being, pretty sure that's the highest it'll go. Yeah, it is. So I use pure investment cotton on that. Let's just test and see if you were to use like lustrous cotton on both. Yeah. Or even regular cotton. See, on my alt account, I have a Hakon's Wrath, and I'm trying to get the heal and kill upgrade so bad, but the cotton is just so rare, so I totally understand any of you that are struggling to find any of it. I'm right there with you. It's actually pretty sad when I look at how much cotton I have on this account. It's sickening. But if you don't have enough to do that, I would definitely go with the thick longbow grip. This is pretty sweet. You could do a mix, like 11% and 36 critical damage, or you could go with 21% and 18% critical damage, or you could just go all the way, put 32% crit on that thing. I mean, that's sweet right there. I think it gets up to like 54% critical damage if you do both that way too. If you just happen to have really high cunning, you want to go for max damage on it. But yeah, those are the two grips you want to choose between. Obviously, if you end up using one of the crit damage or critical chance, you want to go for life drain rings. I didn't do that, so I'm actually using, I believe, a leaping shot ring and a spike trap ring on this guy. Yeah. I should probably be doing crit damage, but I was just messing around. But these are pretty much the same. If you don't have max crit, these are probably better than the critical damage rings. Now, if you need critical chance, use critical chance rings. Choices are pretty obvious once you've listened to this much of the video. Some of the other good bows. Andril's Gift is awesome. It basically shoots 2 projectiles instead of 3 like this, but they auto hit. So you don't have to be up close to like shotgun them. You just get 2 automatic hits, which is great. And it has that 41% critical chance on it. And it's electric damage. And 2 of the trolliest factions, the Kunari and Darkspawn, take extra damage against lightning. So it's a great option. Tespidem's Bane is really good. If you're playing Perilous, this thing is unbelievable. Just blows things up. I mean, you use full draw and whole entire mobs will just disappear. It's not quite as effective on Nightmare, especially if you're using like a hunter. Like, I don't know why I see hunters running around with full draw. It's like, dude, if you have a Hakon's Wrath, just get up there and shotgun stuff. You're gonna wreck. But it's a good fallback if you don't have it. If you don't have any of those, this Heartstring bow is fantastic. Caltrops, self-res, it's awesome. Just upgrade Caltrops. And what's cool about this is it already has a ton of heal and kill, so you can use the other grip that adds critical chance or critical damage, and it has 18% critical chance on it. Bow of the Artifice is good, 42% critical chance. No grip slot though, sort of sucks, but what are you gonna do? And then Bow of the Dragon's pretty sweet. Definitely not bad, but again, no grip. So this is the best out of that level 24 tier. Just going to show this to you quickly. The Hunter, again, I use the Elemental Mines ring, but I also use Elemental Mines. If you don't, go ahead, use like Leaping Shot, Attack, Critical Chance, Critical Damage. Again, it's based on how much critical chance you have. If you're not maxed out and you're using a Hakon bow, go with the critical chance.